Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. Game number 34 tonight. Habs are back from their Christmas break of 5 days, so it's been 5 days. They beat the Chicago Blackhawks and Connor Bedard. I believe it was 5-2. I can't remember. How do you like that? All right, so tonight they're playing the Carolina Hurricanes. They're in Carolina. Last year, they lost all 3 games to Carolina. I don't know if that's going to be the same thing this year. They're pretty close in points, actually. Hurricanes only 3 points up on Montreal. Yeah, I just have a good feeling for this game. So, like I said, it's game number 34. We're getting through the season. And, yeah, I got the news, some news, and I've got the stats. I've got the lineups. And I got this thing here called the Guess the Score contest. If you guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game, you can pick that guy from either team. If you're the first person in the comments with that guess, so check the comments, make sure that nobody else has the same guess, then you'd win the prize, $10 prize directly into your bank account via Interac. All right, so I'll give you my guess here right now. So don't forget, because sometimes I say I'm going to give it to you and I forget. All right, my guess tonight is 4-3 Montreal in OT. Now, you don't have the OT part. If you guess OT, if they don't win in OT, but they still win, or whatever your guess is, that you still win. But I'm guessing it's going to be an OT. And I'm actually giving Sebastian Aho the first goal. I don't really like that guy. He's a good hockey player, and he likes to score against Montreal. So I have a feeling a lot of people are going to say KK, who's kind of cold right now. So I don't know, but I guess that's a good guess. That's my guess. 4-3 Montreal in OT, and Aho with the first goal. So don't forget, leave yours in the comment section. Yeah, good luck to everybody who leaves a guess. We've had one winner. We've had one winner this year. It's a tough contest to win, I gotta say. All right. I'm going to get right into the news. I'm going to start with Caden Primo. Caden Primo is going to get the nod tonight. It's his second start in a row. And, the last 4 starts, including tonight, are going to be Monty, Primo. And I wonder, what does that say about Jake Allen's position here right now? And, with all the trade rumors, I kind of think it might say that Jake Allen's going to get traded. We will know for sure over the weekend if that's what it means. If Allen does not get a start in the back-to-back games, then that means he's definitely on his way out, and maybe Montreal's holding him out of games because they're close to a deal. I think that's entirely possible. So we'll have to see how that works out. If there is a trade, I will let you know by doing a video and letting you guys know. Habs have 4 games in the next 6 nights. So, if Allen doesn't get a start in one of those 4 games, he's not starting tonight. It says a lot. So he hasn't played in a little while, and it'll say a lot. So that's the last 4 games of the road trip, by the way. Carolina tonight, Florida on Saturday, Tampa on Sunday, which is New Year's Eve. I'll be doing that game, so don't worry about that. And I'm probably in the post-game show going to stay right through to midnight. That's my plan. We'll see how that works out. And then it's Dallas on the 2nd of January. And then they're back home on the 4th of January. The number 1 line of Nick, Cole, and Slav have a combined 12 points in the first 3 games of this 7-game road trip. Now, if you prorate that over 82 games, that's 324 points. So the SML line is on fire right now. Now, I'm not saying they're going to get that all the time, right? I'm just saying, look at those kind of numbers and just look at the potential this line has if they can obviously continue to do what they're doing. I don't see why they wouldn't. They're all young, and they're all just, coming into their own at their own pace. But I think it's an incredible line. So people talking about, we don't have the scoring. If these guys can score anywhere near this on a consistent basis, yeah, we got a line. They're the number 7 line. Oh, I didn't put that in there. Last I saw, they were the number 7 line in the league, going from 10 to 7 because of the last game. So, yeah, there's great potential here. It's finally happening. That line's putting up points, and I can't wait to see, what they can, the limits they can reach. The Hurricanes have given up 112 goals through its first 34 games. Montreal has given up 112 goals through its first 33 games. Very similar teams as far as offensive production, or I should say defensive thing, right? And that's, you're going to see that's a problem for the Hurricanes. Their one bad spot is they're giving up goals. So Habs have a chance here tonight. Jordan Harris is back in the lineup tonight. Now, I wrote it as should be because I read something he might be in the lineup tonight or should be in the lineup. So I wrote who sits. Kovacevic was on the fourth pairing in practice on Wednesday. So Kovacevic. And yes, Kovacevic is the guy that's sitting. So Harrison for Kovacevic on the third line. This is, a lot of people want Arbor back right now. So do I, but I'm patient because I know they have a plan for him. Right? So for everybody who doesn't believe that, here's Arbor's own words on what they're expecting from him. In general, it's to just clean up the defensive zone. This is said Jack I explaining the direction provided to him by the team. I don't think management wants me to be a 6 or 7 guy in Montreal. I think they want me to be a go-to guy who eventually plays 20 minutes a night and build into that. Right? So people who, like, I've said this because this is what I had heard, right? A lot of people going like, I'm crazy. That's from Arbor himself. I don't know what else you could want, to know that's what they're trying to do with him. Eric Engels recently in one of his columns said he should be back before the end of the season. It should not be an all rest of the season thing for Arbor. So have some patience. Arbor will be back, and he'll be a lot better defensively and be working to get even better. That's the goal. All right, let's look at the game. The 15-13-5 Montreal Canadiens are in Carolina to take on the 18-13-4 Carolina Hurricanes. I know they struggled early, and they got goalie issues. That record is kind of surprising. How to watch this game? Start time 7 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. In the Habs region, TSN2 in English, you can watch it there, or RDS in French. And in the Hurricanes region, Bally Sports South. Streaming, ESPN Plus, RDS, TSN, and where I'm going to watch it, Sportsnet Now. Season series, first game is tonight. And then that's in Carolina. They'll be back in Carolina March 7th and be in Montreal March 30th. So I think, I'm not sure how many games in March, but like in the last 15 games of the season. Unless we make the playoffs and then there's more. It's hard to say now. Last 10 games for Montreal, 5-2-3 won their last game. And for the Hurricanes, 4-3-3. They also won their last game. So you can see this is a chance here for Montreal, even though they don't do well usually in Carolina or against the Hurricanes. Home and away, the away record is 8-7-0 for Montreal, and 9-6-0 is the home record for the Hurricanes. And then, of course, I get a text, and a bullshit text, not important, to take my attention away. Atlantic standings, top to bottom. Boston leads the way with Florida behind them, Toronto, and then Tampa. Tampa's got themselves back in the playoffs position anyway, for now. Detroit, then Montreal, and Montreal only 4 points behind the Lightning, and only 1 point behind the Wings. And then Buffalo behind us, and Ottawa behind last place. And Ottawa last night beat the Toronto Maple Leafs 4-2. So glad to see that. Anytime I hear that the Maple Leafs get beaten, especially by the team that's last in the division, yeah, I love seeing that. So there you go. NHL standings, Montreal in 23rd currently, ahead of them. Just 2 points, starting with St. Louis. Then 1 point up is Pittsburgh and Minnesota and Detroit. Then we've got Montreal there. Seattle tied with Montreal in points. Calgary behind them with 33. Buffalo with 32. And Edmonton with 31. So, they're about where you think they're going to be, right? Right now, I guess they're in the top 10 in the draft if they stay where they are. The refs for tonight's game, John McIsaac and Peter McDougall, an Irish and a Scottish lad, I think, because those are one's Irish, one's Scottish, that spelling. All right, that doesn't matter. Just to note for Carolina, when McIsaac was reffing last season, they went 6-0-0, and McDougall, they went 2-0-0. But I don't think it means anything. With Montreal 1-1-0 last year, and the other guy 3-2-0, it doesn't really, Montreal was crap last year. Percentage of power play opportunities for home, McIsaac gives 51.1%, and the other guy gives only 48.4%. So he kind of gives more power plays to the visiting team. Maybe that works tonight for Montreal, right? Tail of the tape. Scoring chances for percentage. So possession numbers, 46.5% for Montreal, 27th against 57% even for the Hurricanes. They lead the league that way. So goals per game, 2.79 for Montreal, 27th, 3.24 for Carolina, 14th. Goals against per game, 3.30, 20th. And as you can see, the 3.18 for Carolina, 17th. It's just slightly better than Montreal. So Montreal can score, should be able to. And that's because of the goalie situation over there. And maybe that's where Jake Allen's going to go after this game. We're going to find out Jake Allen was traded to Carolina. It's not out of the question. Power play percentage, 17.7% for Montreal, 24th, 24.4% for the Canes, 8th. They got a good power play. PK percentage, 73% for Montreal, 28th, and 82.7% for the Canes, 9th. So their special teams are strong. So Montreal better stay out of the box and might not score any power play goals tonight. Last year, 0-2-1 was Montreal's record against Carolina, and they were 3-0-0. In the face-off circle, Montreal coming in with a 53.9% and third in the league, and Carolina a little behind them, 51.5% and ninth. Shots on goal allowed and shots on goal for. So on the allowed side, 33.6 for Montreal and 25.9 for Carolina. And shots on goal for, 29.3 for Montreal, 33.7 for Carolina. So they're a little better on both. Players to watch over the last 5 games. Points. Nick Suzuki with 8. Sebastian Aho with 9. Goals. Andy with, that's Josh Anderson with 4 and Aho with 3. Assists. Both Suzuki and Anderson with 6. And plus minus. Slavkovsky with a +4 and Dmitry Orlov with a +1. So even there, that's very close with their numbers of their leading players. So good to see. Team leaders for the season in goals, Suzuki with 10, Aho with 14. In points, Suzuki with 30 and Aho with 35. Average time on ice, 25-20 for Matheson, 21-28 for Brent Burns. I kind of think it means it's a little bit better balanced D than Montreal, but their D is kind of giving up goals, so it's not really. Wins, Monty with 7 and Peter Kochetkov with 8. I don't know who's in nets tonight. I know it's not Monty, though. It is Caden Primo. Top 5 scoring for the Carolina Hurricanes. Aho leading the way, 14 goals, 21 assists, 35 points, +3. Seth Jarvis next up with 12, 14, and 26 points, -1. Martin Neckash, 9 goals, 16 assists, 25 points, -13. Michael Bunting, not playing with Austin Matthews. He doesn't have the huge points, but I mean, not bad. 7 and 17 for 24 points and -8. And Teravainen, 13 and 8 for 21 points and a -2 For the Habs, Alex Newhook still hanging in there, but Slav is right behind him now. Suzuki leads the way with 10 goals, 20 assists, 30 points, -5, and he is very close to a point-a-game player. Cole Caulfield, 8 goals, surprisingly low, 8 goals, 16 assists, and 24 points and a +1. So his playmaking is surprisingly, he's a bit of a playmaker. And having a much better overall game, even though he's not scoring. Mike Matheson, 5-19, 24 points, -6. Sean Monahan, 9-11, 20 points, -7. And Newhook staying in there at 7 goals, 6 assists, 13 points, -5, but he'll be surpassed maybe tonight by Slav. Goalies tonight. Okay, so it's not Monty's Primo. I've got his numbers in a sec. It says Kochetkov here, Kochetkov, but I saw their lines. I don't have their lines, official lines, but what I saw was Antti Ranta. Updated today, I thought he was in the minors. So I don't know if it's Ranta. If it's Kochetkov, he's 8-7-3, 265 goals against, and an 898 save percentage. Not great. If it's Primo, well, it is Primo. In 7 games, 4-3-0 with a 3.20 goals against and a 902 save percentage. And all 3 goalies over 900 on the save percentage. So, great. And Primo proving so far to be an NHL backup goalie. Forward lines for Montreal. Suzuki, Caulfield, Slav. That is not going to change. Not for a long time, in my opinion. Second line, Evans, Monahan, and Anderson, and playing well. That line's playing well, and just not as good as that first line. Third line, Devo, Dvorak, Armia, and Gallagher. And then Mitchell Stevens, Pizzetta, and Ulinen on the wings for the fourth line. And Habs D. We do have a change with Harrison there. So we got Matheson and Savard, Gooley and Barron, and Struble and Harris. Struble and Harris played together at Northeastern. So it's kind of a reunion for them, sort of, I guess, on the D. All right, there you go. I'll be doing the game. I won't be showing it, but I'll be doing a hangout as I always do. So you can come in. You got to watch the game on your own, but we hang out. If you got nobody to watch the game with, you come in, hang out. We have a lot of fun. We talk. I do some play-by-play. We do some color commentary. Matt will be there tonight, and we'll have a lot of fun. And hopefully Montreal will pull this off and have a win here for us tonight. It would be really good. So that's it. I got nothing else. Leave a comment. Give your guess for the Guess to Score contest. And good luck to everybody for that. And I'll see you at 7. So till then, stay safe. Peace out. And I'll see you soon. Have a great afternoon. And ciao, everybody.